Either one of you new fellas know how to read?
I know how to read. Why?
I've been carrying this letter for 4 months now.
You mean to tell me none of y'all could read?
Last fella what could read, me parole, round Christmas.
I don't even know who this come from.
Give me that. You can't read? Almost 60 years old, motherfucker can't read.
Yeah. Look, it's from your mama's neighbor, Mrs. Tidewell. You know who that is? Miss Tidewell, she thought you ought to know that your second cousin, Bo, died. Bo died, and your other cousin, Sally, on your daddy's side, she died. Oh, apparently your sister died, too.
Jenny?
No, say Marlene here. Marlene died. Oh, no, Marlene. Jenny died, too. Jenny and Marlene both dead. Then it goes on for a while about how crop didn't come in on account of the frost. Finish up with, it's been a big tornado in which your mama and your daddy were both killed. Well, don't worry, because she gonna take care of the dog. That is, if it gets over the worms.
Dog had worms.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you know. Anytime I can help out.
Anybody else got something they want read? Yeah, I can't blame y'all.
Welcome to Somebody Ass is Going to Jail. This your favorite inmate, Cell Block Willie, coming to you live from the big house. What's happening, my cellies? That was a very funny part of that movie. But the part that's not so funny is you could run into brothers like this in prison all the time. After I left USP Atlanta and my points went down and they dropped my security and they shipped me to a medium, they shipped me to Jessup, Georgia, to a medium prison. And when I got there, I had to get a job. So I got a job in the education department, helping brothers with math and helping brothers read. When I first got the job, I was working with brothers that was just a little bit off from getting their GED and they just needed a little help, a little tutoring. Then it got a little more advanced because the lady I was working for, named Miss Head, she took over a program in the education department where it was like the Hooked on Phonics. The brothers who couldn't read, I mean really couldn't read, couldn't identify the word cat or dog. And it was always crazy to me, like, damn, how did they get around? How did they travel? And a lot of them told me they went off memory. Well, I had a brother that was in one of my classes that was from Miami, Florida, by the name of Pumpkin. Pumpkin, he made hundreds of thousands of dollars selling drugs in Miami. But there was one thing about Pumpkin. Pumpkin couldn't read at all. And Pumpkin had an old lady out there on the streets that used to write him back and forth in prison. So Pumpkin would get his letters, bring them to me, and I'll read them and write his girlfriend back. Well, it was one letter that came in one day that was a Dear John letter. And what was so crazy was she told Pumpkin she was leaving him. But she wasn't just leaving him. She was leaving him for one of his friends. One of his close friends. And Pumpkin told me the fucked up thing about it was the friend should have been in there with him. But he took the whole case. And it was a hell of a sight to see a man's heart get broken like that. So Pumpkin wanted me to write her back. And it started off with, baby please, baby please, baby please. I had to look at Pumpkin and say, hey man, snap out of that shit. Hey kids, choose the life of education and not crime. Go to college, not prison. And this is a word from your favorite inmate, Cell Block Willie. Hold the block down.